Hey guys, this is Christian here, and today I'm doing a live movie review discussion, spoiler review and discussion, and we're doing two movies this time instead of just doing like one. So we're going to be doing a double review for and discussion for Thunderbolts as well as Sinners. So before I get into this, please like, subscribe, tell me what you think of these two movies. If you haven't seen any of them, please click away now because I'm probably gonna mention spoilers. So yeah. I have quite a lot to say about these two movies. So I say we just get right into it, to be honest. We'll talk about Thunderbolts first, because that was the one I saw first, even though Sinners was the one that was released first. Got all these ads over here. So yeah, as you can see by my rating on Letterboxd, I loved it quite a bit, but we'll get into that. So Thunderbolts is directed by Jake Scherer. I totally mispronounced that. But he directed the Netflix show Beef. And the story is, after finding themselves ensnared in a death trap, 7 disillusioned cast-offs must embark on a dangerous mission that will force them to confront their darkest corners of their past. Well, really it's 6, but we'll get into that. So the movie has what's this? Okay. The movie has a huge cast: Florence Pugh, Sebastian Stan, Julie Louis-Dreyfus, Lewis Pullman, David Harbour, Wyatt Russell, and John Kamen. And those are pretty much the main people. Olga Kor, she's Taskmaster, and then Geraldine Viswanathan is the Val's assistant. Originally, Io Debris was supposed to play that character, but she dropped out. And originally, Steven Yeun was supposed to play Bob or Sentry or the Void, but again, he dropped out. So yeah, I thought Thunderbolts was fantastic, a great return to form for the MCU. The reason why I said 6 instead of 7 is because Taskmaster is maybe in the movie for like 2 minutes, and then she just dies, like Ghost kills her. But yeah, that was an amazing movie. That's like maybe one nitpick I have. They didn't do enough with Taskmaster. There's maybe some more depth they could have given to some of the Thunderbolts, like Ghost didn't really have too much depth. I mean, we saw her character in Ant-Man and the Wasp, but yeah, it would have been nice to see more of her. Bucky also didn't have like too much to do, except for that one action scene, which was kick-ass. Great one. The whole car chase with him blowing up the different cars, that was amazing. But yeah, Yelena's like the center focus of the movie, and I think Florence Pugh did an amazing job. Probably the best character in the movie. Lewis Pullman also did a phenomenal job as Bob or Sentry or the Void. Like that, yeah, he was phenomenal in the movie. The Void is one of the best. Well, is he the main villain? Val was like, the reason why I think Val is really the main villain is like she's the one manipulating everything. She's definitely like, the Void doesn't show up until like the climax, but she's like the one driving the conflict for the whole movie, and she's kind of the reason the Void kind of exists in the first place, or the Void comes out in the first place. But yeah, I thought both characters were great. Yeah, Julie Louis-Dreyfus did a great job as Val. David Harbour was the funniest character as Red Guardian. He was hilarious. Wyatt Russell did a great job as U.S. Agent. John Walker's an awesome character. Yeah. Thunderbolt, Taskmaster scenes blew my mind. They blew my mind. And the post-credit scene was fantastic with the Fantastic Four coming in. That scene was actually directed by the Russo brothers. I think it was like a week before the movie came out, and they filmed that. So that's interesting. And there's also one thing. The Thunderbolts are actually the new Avengers, which I think is kind of interesting. I prefer Thunderbolts, to be honest. I prefer Thunderbolts. Because we have the new Avengers, the Thunderbolts, and then we also have the new Avengers like the other main Avengers team, like Sam Wilson and all of them. Sam Wilson actually suing them in the film. But yeah, the action scenes were great. The third act was unlike anything we've seen from the MCU before. The score from Sonlux was great. They did the score for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Yeah, third act. It wasn't just some big CGI fight. It was them confronting the void and stepping into the void and confronting their past. This movie delves into a lot of heavy themes like mental health, depression, PTSD. Like, this movie does have comedy, but it does balance comedy and the darker parts well. It does, and none of the darker parts are undercut by any jokes. So a big problem with the MCU recently is so many of their movies are so goofy, and every single serious moment is undercut by a joke. Thor: Love and Thunder, Quantumania, The Marvels was very goofy. They were on a whole musical planet for crying out loud. And of course, Love and Thunder had those screaming goats that I wanted to murder, but this movie definitely balances comedy well with the dramatic parts, which I think was great. I think this movie is making people excited about the MCU again. Like, even non-MCU fans still thought this movie was okay. The only people who don't seem to like it are the grifters and Critical Drinker and all of them, but who cares about them? This movie, I think it's giving people hope in Marvel. I mean, obviously, Guardians 3 was fantastic. No Way Home was fantastic. But this is, I think, like, Marvel's now focusing on quantity over quality. I mean, no, quality over quantity. That was what they used to do, but now they're doing quality over quantity. And I think it's really showing with this, and from what I've heard about the Daredevil Born Again, I think the MCU is going through changes, and I think it's changes for the better. I've never been in the camp that's like the MCU was dying or was back. Well, I think now they may actually be truly back. But, every time a bad MCU movie comes out, people are like, oh, the MCU's dead. And then every time a good one comes out, they're like, oh, it's back, baby. I just simply thought they would just hit or miss. And movies like Love and Thunder didn't make me think, oh, the MCU's dead. And then, Wakanda Forever came out after, and I thought it was great. And I didn't say, oh, the MCU is back, baby, because then they dropped Quantumania, which was god-awful. But then they dropped Guardians 3, which was my favorite MCU movie post-Endgame. So I just feel like they've just been hit or miss. They haven't been, all, awful, and they haven't been all great either. I just thought they would have been hit or miss. But now I do feel like, with them now confirmed to be focusing on quality instead of quantity, focusing on not making all these MCU projects homework. I think it's going to help the MCU, and they may really be back. I feel like they were never dead, though, because, even when they announced the cast for Doomsday, a lot of people cared about that. No Way Home and Deadpool and Wolverine made $1 billion, although those movies definitely, I'd say compared to, Guardians 3 and Thunderbolts, those movies definitely have, a lot of cameos to bring people. Well, No Way Home's different, because No Way Home's not really cameos, because those characters actually have big integral roles. Deadpool and Wolverine, they're kind of cameos, but they also kind of contribute to the plot. Multiverse of Madness, those were cameos. Those were cameos that were murdered after 3 seconds. I think Guardians 3, Thunderbolts, the big thing that drives me about Marvel movies, it's never been the cameos. It's always been the story. And I think Guardians 3 and Thunderbolts definitely have delivered the best in terms of story post-Endgame, I would say. See, on a scale of 1 to 10, as you can see, I gave Thunderbolts a 9 out of 10. I think it's one of the best MCU movies post-Endgame. Anything? Well, I did a quick review on Letterboxd. Yeah, that's pretty much everything I had to say. Yeah, the group dynamic, fantastic. Kind of, now that the original Guardians team is split up, now we have this new, group of misfits to carry forward in the MCU. So, on a scale from 1 to 10, I'm going to give Thunderbolts a 9 out of 10. It was a great movie. Next up, we have, this is very rarely a discussion. There's very few people here. But next we have Sinners. It took me a little while to see this one, but yeah. Sinners, it's directed by Ryan Coogler. He directed Fruitvale Station, Creed, the 2 Black Panther films. I haven't seen Fruitvale Station, but I've seen Creed and I've seen the Black Panther films. And he's a great director. That's my rating. Ryan Coogler directed this movie. He also wrote the movie. It stars a lot of people who deserve Oscar nominations for this. Michael B. Jordan again, Miles Caton, Haley Steinfeld, Wunmi Masako, Jack O'Connell, Jamie Lawson, Lee Jun Lee, Omar Benson Miller, and Delroy Lindo. Those are the main cast members on this movie. And the plot is trying to leave their troubled lives behind. Twin brothers return to their hometown to start again, only to discover that an even greater evil is waiting to welcome them back. Okay, so yeah, I saw Sinners yesterday. It took me a little while to see it. I mean, because it came out almost 3 weeks ago. Jeez, but I got to see it, and it was amazing. Best movie of the year out of the 3 I've seen. It was just phenomenal. The performance is amazing. Michael B. Jordan was great in this dual role. That's my review for Letterboxd. I'll definitely talk about some of these. Make sure I mention all of them. But yeah, Michael B. Jordan was great in a dual role. Both roles were fantastic. Both of them had so much depth. Aside from them, I think Miles Caton was the standout. He was amazing as Sammy. I think his name was Sammy. After him, I think my other favorite was Wunmi Masako. She was in Loki as Hunter B-15. Yeah, she was amazing. Haley Steinfeld was great. Delroy Lindo was amazing. James Lawson was great. Jack O'Connell was great as the villain. Amazing. Lee Jun Lee was great too. Yeah, so many great performances in this movie. Award season is very far away. I may do early predictions after Cannes or something, but yeah, award season very far away. But I would not be mad or even surprised that this movie ended up winning for SAG Ensemble, because every actor is just giving their all in this movie. Also, the direction and writing from Ryan Coogler, fantastic. The dialogue is phenomenal. The movie mixes so many genres well. There's drama, there's horror, there's action. There's even some comedic moments, just a few. Yeah, this movie was able to mix all these different genres well. The dialogue is phenomenal. It's very well structured, very well paced. The technical aspects, phenomenal. The cinematography was gorgeous, absolutely amazing. I didn't see it in IMAX, but maybe I should have, because the cinematography was just incredible. The score was outstanding. Well, but it's Ludwig Göransson. Of course, he's gonna cook with the score. I wouldn't be mad if he won a third Oscar for this, because it was that great. Also, that, yeah, the soundtrack, all the songs that were in it were great too. I Lied to You, that song, man, amazing. That whole scene should win Ryan Coogler the Best Director Oscar, by the way. But we'll have to see if a even better director comes in later this year, which is very possible, but we'll see. But yeah, that scene is the standout scene of the movie. It's amazing scene. But yeah, the sound work was great. The costume, the production design was amazing. Yeah, just a very technically impressive movie. Yeah, this movie has been getting a lot of Oscar buzz for a horror movie released in April. That's great for it. It's been doing very well at the box office. The reviews are extraordinary. I'll talk more about its awards chances when I do my early Oscar prediction. I won't do it in every category. I'll talk about a few categories in that live stream whenever I get the chance to do that. But yeah, Sinners was an amazing movie. No problems with it. There were some moments, there were some jump scares, some moments, the rattlesnake where I jumped, but yeah, amazing movie. 10 out of 10. As you can see on my Letterboxd, I gave it a 10 out of 10. So yeah, those were my double reviews for Thunderbolts and Sinners. Sinners, out of the two, Sinners was the movie I prefer, but they were both amazing movies. Go see them both if you haven't yet. Sinners has been doing very well at the box office, so I would be surprised if some people didn't see it. Well, obviously not everyone's seen it, but a lot of people have been seeing it multiple times because how great it is. So yeah, that's my review for Sinners and Thunderbolts, both amazing movies. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.